Hi guys, how we doing? This is Rio Pampallona, funding manager here at Capital Infusion. Today I'm going to be telling you about a group home business in Pennsylvania that I funded for $200,000 of working capital. This client specifically was looking for funds to cover the renovation costs of their facility, and they applied originally through our website. So once I took a deep dive into the application and the bank statements that they sent over, I saw that they were already currently working with a lender. So the quickest and easiest way would have just been to get them a second position behind that first position lender. Now, the trick with this is typically any lender in a second position is always going to come in with a slightly more conservative offer, lower on the dollar amount, more expensive on the overall cost of capital, and typically shorter on the payback term. However, this is a very relationship-based industry. So specifically with this deal, it being a second position, you're typically looking at more conservative payback terms. However, I've been doing this almost half a decade, and I work with a ton of lenders, each of which have different risk boxes, specific industries that they prefer. And like I said, very relationship-based. So I called the underwriter directly and was actually able to discuss with him the situation, and we were able to secure better terms with this second position than they originally got with their first position lender. So of course, I let the client know that typically a second position offer is going to be a bit more conservative. Now, they did need a higher dollar amount than they originally got, so this worried them. However, I told them, hey, listen, you worry about your business. That's your world, your area of expertise. I've been doing this for half a decade. Let me worry about the lenders and the funding. And in the end, we were able to actually secure them a higher dollar amount, better terms, and a lower overall cost of capital. So of course, I gave them a call with the good news. Now, I will say originally they were on a pretty tight timeline. So they reached out on Wednesday. Now they needed the funds in place to hire all the contractors by that Friday. So 2 days when they really needed to have the funds in place and ready to go. We received the application and the bank statements Wednesday at 10 a.m. I was able to secure an offer by noon, and we were actually able to get this client funded by 2 p.m. the same day. So able to get everything wrapped up and had an extra day to spare. So we funded a couple months ago. Once they received the funds, they were able to get underway with that renovating. And in the next couple months, I believe the main facility will be renovated. They're also adding on to their location. So with that additional square footage, they'll be able to have more clients, therefore more revenue. If you found this helpful, please share it with a fellow business owner, and we'll see you next time. And don't forget, like and subscribe.